Hello everyone. With one day to go for CAT, all of you would be having your jitters. Logical है, होना भी चाहिए, normal है. बहुत घबराने की जरूरत नहीं है. बस इतना याद रखेंगे, जो क्वेश्चन आता है बस उतना ही बनाएंगे, जो नहीं आता है उसकी तरफ भूल कर भी हम लोग देखेंगे नहीं. What I'm trying to do right now is to try to show you some questions on Parajumbles that had appeared in the CAT 2021 slot 2 paper. Just see it at your ease and comfort and see how these questions can be solved. CAT, remember, is not difficult. You just need to find out the connecting links, mark the answer, and move ahead. Don't be in a hurry in solving the paper. Relax when you get the paper. Aapko, in order to get, let's say, a 90 percentile in the English section, you just need to solve 9 to 10 questions. You don't have 24 questions in the paper. You have 20 questions, or so 15 questions. For 15 questions, if I'm able to answer 15 questions correctly, let's say 11 right, 4 wrong, I still land up at a 9 or a 10. Right? I still get that 90 percentile if that 90 percentile is a target for me. So be conscious, make your choices. If this is the level of difficulty of the paper, this is how I attempted it. This is the level of difficulty of the paper, this is how I attempted. These are topics I'm not going to touch. Fine. Now, when I say this to all of you, a lot of students have that mental framework कि हम लोगों को कुछ questions ऐसे नहीं attempt करने हैं, जैसे Parajumbles के questions नहीं attempt करते हैं, हमेशा गलत हो जाते हैं, या फिर कुछ भी mark कर देते हैं, negative marking नहीं होती. So that approach has to change. I'll at least look at the question. बना तो ठीक है, समझ में आया, बनाएंगे, अच्छे से बनाएंगे और आगे बढ़ेंगे. नहीं समझ में आया, I'll leave it. Okay, but we'll not go with the mindset कि देखेंगे ही. ठीक है, because there might, every year you will find out of 8 questions there are 4 questions which all of you, either in the form of Parajumbles or summary type of questions, are easy. कोशिश करेंगे तो 3 या 4 आराम से आप 5 से 6 मिनट में बना सकते हैं, and that will lead to a significant jump in your percentile. Let's have a look at some of the questions that had appeared in the CAT 2021 slot 2 paper. Okay. So this question, but today there is an epochal change. The paragraph cannot start with the word but. So obviously this is not my opening sentence. Okay. We are at a crossroads now. We are at a crossroads now. मतलब कुछ तो गड़बड़ किया होगा. We are at a crucial decision making. जो जैसा सोचा था वैसा नहीं हुआ शायद. Therefore we are at a crossroads. The moment I see the word crossroads, it should strike something. Now in our vision and practice of development, this calls for cultivation of an appropriate ethical mode of behavior in our lives. This calls for, so something has been done or something needs to be done. Therefore this calls for a cultivation. Half a century ago, now since in chronological sequence normally a past comes first, we say half a century ago development began as a hope for better human possibility, but in the last 50 years this hope has lost itself in the dreary desert. Okay, so half a century ago something started, but the idea has been, the hope has been lost. Therefore we are at a crossroad now. Can I connect? Yes. So can I say we are at a crossroads now because we started with the hope and the hope has been lost now. Okay, so can I very simply get 2 and 4 going together? The answer is yes. Something happened in the past, but today. So again, can I connect that? So the very simple answer, why not 4-2, is very simply because we are at a crossroads now, but today does not make sense. Something happened in the past, things were there, things went wrong, but today there is an epochal change to rethink and reconstitute the vision. There is an epochal change to rethink and reconstitute the vision. This calls for the cultivation of. So can I say 2, 4, 1 and 3? Moment I have that, I have my answer. Okay, let's move to the next question. So here you need to find the odd sentence out. जरूरी नहीं है कि आप बाकी सारे sentences का sequence देखने की कोशिश करें. What you need to find out is the odd sentence out. Moment you find the odd sentence, move ahead. Okay, the care with which philosophers examine arguments for and against forms of biotechnology makes this an excellent primer. Makes biotechnology an excellent primer on formulating and assessing moral arguments. So biotechnology is something good. It serves as a wonderful source. Okay, although most people find at least some form of genetic engineering disquieting. Genetic engineering is disquieting. Okay, so if you see 1 and 2, 1 says biotechnology is an excellent primer, 2 says genetic engineering is disquieting. 1 and 2 are contradictory statements. Let's move further. Breakthroughs in genetics present us with the promise that we soon will be able to prevent a host of debilitating diseases. And the predicament, now predicament is a bad situation and a difficult situation, that our newfound knowledge may enable us to enhance our genetic traits. Predicament is a bad situation. Genetic traits enhancement, people have been debating it over years. To grapple with the ethics, we need to confront questions that are on the verge of theology, which is why modern philosophers and political theorists tend to shrink from them. Now, if you see this, we are talking the philosophers examine arguments and philosophers shrink from them. Again, 1 and 4, the idea is contradicted. So if you look at very simply, 1 and 4, the idea gets contradicted. 1 and 2, again, the idea gets contradicted. So possibly 1 is contradictory to 4, 1 is contradictory to 2 as well. Therefore, can I say 1 is the odd sentence out, because it talks in terms of some good form of biotechnology being good to a good purpose. Whereas 2, 3, and 4 that we see is leading to some controversy that is related to biotechnology or genetic engineering. So 1 definitely is the odd one out. Let's move to the next question. It has taken on a warm, fuzzy glow in the advertising world. What is it? I will not know. So I need to find out that it. You have 5 sentences. You have to identify the odd one out. Okay. There is little enthusiasm for this. Now, what is again this? I do not know. The new fine growing field of neuromarketing attempts to reveal the inner workings of the consumer. The new growing field of neuromarketing. Okay. So it has taken a warm, fuzzy glow in the advertising world, where its potential is being discussed and it is being claimed as the undeniable wave of the future. Okay, perfect. So can I connect 3 and 1 here? Perfect. I can connect 3 and 1. Some see neuromarketing is an attempt to make the art of advertising into science, being used by marketing experts to back up their proposals from some form of data. So there is little enthusiasm for this. If you see some see neuromarketing as an attempt to make the art of advertising into science, to attempt to make the art of advertising into science. There is little enthusiasm for this in the scientific arena. So if I look closely, even before I've read 5, I have been able to come up with the sequence 3, 1, 4, sorry, 3, 1, 4, 2. Okay. Now, the marketing gurus have already started drawing on psychology. Now, psychology and neuromarketing are different subjects. Like, let's say I have started talking in terms of like neuromarketing would be a part of psychology. So if I've started talking in terms of, let's say, Jamshedpur, where I come from, I'll not go back to India. I'll continue with Jamshedpur. Similarly here, I've started, if you look at the last part of 3 is an extension of the study of how choices are made. It's an extension of the study, agreed, on how choices and decisions are made. So we are talking in terms of some branch of psychology in which how it is affecting consumer behavior. Now, from that, I will not go back to psychology as the whole subject. Okay, so that would not be the right idea. So automatically 5 is the odd one out. Okay, let's move to the next one. Look forward a few decades to an invention. You have 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to sequence it in order to an invention which can end the energy crisis, change the global economy, and curb commercial power, fusion power. This invention is something that I can see here. The greatest of all inventions that is provided to gain meaningful effect. So when you solve questions on paradigms, try reading the first phrase of every sentence. Look forward a few decades to gain meaningful insights. The greatest of innovations is that has provided the insights. This invention. Okay, this invention possibly is which invention here? So if you look, the greatest of all inventions is the Uber invention. This definitely is our opening statement. that has provided the insights on which others depend. That has provided the insights to gain meaningful insights. So can I connect 3 and 2 together? Now, which is this invention? Now, this invention, if you'll have a look at the last phrase of sentence 1, commercial fusion power. So this was possibly one of the easiest questions in this section. 3, 2, 1, 4. I have my answer and I'm done with it. Okay, let's look at the next question. The US has long maintained that the Northwest is an international state through which its commercial military have the right to pass without seeking Canada's permission. So Canada has permitted something, that means Canada has to come previously. Canada, which officially acquired the group of islands forming the Northwestern Passage, claims sovereignty overall. It claims sovereignty. Therefore, US has to seek Canada's permission. So can I say 2 and 1 come together? Overall shipping routes. Fine. The dispute could be transitory. However, the US and Canada have never legally settled the question of access to the passage, but have an agreement whereby US needs to seek Canada's consent for any transit. To ask for permission. Okay, so I'm saying the dispute is not settled. Therefore, US needs to seek Canada's consent. That is perfect. But with the Arctic ice melting, it now no longer needs to seek Canada's consent. So 2, 1, 4, 3. Okay. So this was also a question that all of you could have solved easily. So the idea is, whenever I am solving the CAT question paper, I look for the easy questions. There is no point solving the difficult questions in the paper. The easy question or the difficult question carries the same number of marks. Your skill is in identifying your strengths and going with questions that you can solve. Make it a point that you are choosing the questions before you start solving it. So in a section, if you are able to solve, let's say with the English section, when I'm saying you're able to pick up 12 to 15 questions, I'd like to see you solve with 80% accuracy in the next 40 minutes. Best of luck, all of you. I hope all of you have worked hard, okay? And things will be in your favor tomorrow. Stay calm, stay concentrated, and you'll be able to do well. With this, I come down to the end of the presentation slide. Best of luck, all of you. Do well. Thank you.